Hello all, I'm recording this video to talk about engineering design process. It's very worthy if I explain the process, so that's why I'm using an example that we apply engineering design process and we got a result from it. So in 2014, National Science Foundation, they announced a competition. And that competition was among community colleges. They were looking for big innovative ideas. And then the requirement was 90 seconds of video or a written portion. Now we get together as an innovative team. All these guys, they already graduated. They have a good job. Zudo actually is a company from Ibrahim Nadim, and my first student. The rest of them are very successful engineers as well. I'm proud of all of my students. So initial thought was that, okay, if you want to propose an idea, your idea should be very important on the community. And I asked this question from a student, what's an important problem in the community? They say, okay, food insecurity, these days, COVID-19. There are many problems in the community that they are a problem that needs to be addressed with engineers like us or scientists like us. Now, should we start from the solution or the problem? And then the answer is obvious. We need to start from the problem. There are sometimes we know what is the problem, but we have a lack of skills. We don't know how to do it. Okay, and then we say that I have a solution, but I'm not sure it is unique or not. This is where it comes into researching to see whether other ideas exist like this or not. So in the beginning, when we want to brainstorm different ideas, we ask students, okay, what's your hobbies? What do you hate? What do you love? This is actually an experiment that we do in one of your submissions in like project 2 or 3. Now we have problem selection criteria. Why we put this criteria? Because it's the same as business, right? If you have a business, you have to think about whether I can accomplish this in a given time, whether this can be done using available resources. Sometimes you have an idea, but you need to have very expensive machineries to get it done. And then the next one is about research, whether research believe this thing exists or not. The solution meets the specific thing to be marketable, or making interested to everybody. So now we came with our idea. Our idea was that, okay, right now, after accident happens, someone should call 911, who will make the call and how to tell the location. And then if the current problem doesn't resolve, there's lots of things that are coming from it. So this problem can have causes like traffic congestion, disrupted flows, social anxieties, and then so on. So we put together a script, we create a video, and then the video is here. So I don't want to play the whole video, but the whole video was that about the fact
According to
that
police
there are
reports,
lots
there were
of
about 500,000 accidents in Michigan in 2013. Once accident occurs,
I'm not sure whether you can hear the sound. I forgot to check whether the microphone is on system. But the explanation is about there are 500,000 accidents right now. There is no one to tell where is the location of accident, and then we want to use all the video cameras across the state of Michigan to capture and analyze those data to tell where the location of accident is. So this was the idea we came with, and then we were so happy. They asked us, okay, now you made it, you have to require to build a prototype to prove your ideas. And that's where we got stuck. How can we make something which is more into software to make it something visual? Now we use the engineering design process, which is, okay, come up with your idea, think about what it is. When we say define the problem, meaning that do the research, right? Come up with the narrative for your problem. That's it. In design specification is where we're going to say, okay, what's the size of it? How much it's going to be? How big it's going to be? Like if you want to build a house or you want to buy a house, there are lots of criteria you're looking for. That's a design specification. Comes with you. I'm looking for a 2 or 3 bedroom. I'm looking to approximity to a school. So you have some criteria you put there. We call it design criteria or design specification. Brainstorm ideas. We come up with different ways to make different things. And then we start designing it. That's where we use our skills and then build it. Now in our design specification, we came with the idea of, okay, let's make it 6 by 4 feet, and then it should function well, and it has to be safe. In brainstorm ideas, in this example, we use a fishbone method that you can come up with different ideas. Like for instance, you can say, okay, I want to have automated accident detection. What interface you can use? You can use the TV, you can use like LED map or a PC and monitor. What medium you can use? You can use air, water. You see, we put marble here. It's because we want to show the cars that are moving as marble as a medium. Or what types of processor you can use. We come up with the ideas of PC, VEX, or different types of processors. We combine different solutions, you come up with different sketches. The next step for the design, before we do anything, we try to sketch it. It's the same as if you want to write an essay. You don't simply grab the pen and paper or type in the essay. First, you come up with a sketch of your essay. What's going to be the structure of it? So in this example, we came with these fancy roads to say, for instance, the cars are going with 2 different routes, and then we can detect the congestion if the flow, if we can see abnormal on the flow. And the next sketch is a little bit more, again, I can say a rough sketch of showing where we want to build it, how we want to show the controller, where the controller will be installed. You can see different things here. It's very much not clear, but you can see a control panel here which shows where the location of accident is. There's going to be a map here. We have electrical component or circuits here, and then there's going to be a bunch of sensors underneath this to show the road. If I go to the next sketch, you can see the next sketch is much more clear, right? In the next sketch, we can say, okay, marbles are rolling down from here. They will be collected at the slope here, and then there is a conveyor belt that they pick them up and bring them up there and then drop them down. So now you think about, right? We came from the idea, now we are in the design, and then we are moving into building. The next step is a step of building and constructing. So in construction, you can use different technologies. You can either use programming, you can use robots, you can do woodworking, decorations. In a specific project that you do this semester, or when we are not face-to-face, we are using mainly platforms which are online platforms. Okay, you do test, redesign, and rebuild. That's the whole process, right? If you look at this picture, we already have a prototype ready here after hours of not being asleep, but we already have a platform, we already have this conveyor built ready. Then there are different testing, because when you put marbles, the marble may get stuck, it may not roll. And then there was pitfall in our design, and everybody fell in those pitfalls. One of the ideas we had, we fell in love with one solution, and we think that solution is going to work. For us was that we put the marble in the pipe and it did not work. That wasn't a good idea. So now I want to show you like a test of what we did. If you drop the marble, it's going to roll down. So now you have a design, a sketch, which is going to be again, you have a test, then you can apply it in real. So then we come up with different angles of it. Now down here, I believe that's the video that's showing the mechanical functions of it is working. You can see conveyor is actually rolling, is moving up and down. Now in the next picture, the same conveyor is picking up the marbles, right? It's picking up the marbles.
I'm trying to own everything, you know.
My student is very happy by the way. So picking up the marbles and then bring them down and then bring them up. So you can see the whole mechanical system is working here. So each marble will be a car that's moving on the road, and then we have a consistent, continuous flow of marbles that works here. Okay, eventually our prototype was ready. We have problem with the shipping, and then we were in DC, Washington DC, and at the end I want to show you how the prototype we did work. We are making an accident here. You see, once the accident created, it's going to tell you where the location of this accident is, and then the speaker is telling I-96 East, where the location of the accident is. Again, this was a proof of idea of something that we had following the engineering design process. With following that process, that not us and every engineer in workplace, they follow that process in making different things. You can't say that my phone was built overnight. No, it was like years of experience that all engineers, they work together to build it. Okay, thank you very much for